Hey everyone, welcome back to the practice log. Not a reaction video this time, just a good old-fashioned practice log. It is fairly late here and I am tired. I am so tired. I'm ready to just collapse into one of my decorative mattresses here, but well, I can't collapse in them because they're decorative. They're not functional mattresses. They're just for how good they gosh darn look in this room, guys. Don't they look so good? No, this room looks terrible. And you know what? It's a crying shame. It's really bad. But that aside, it is late here. I'm really tired. But I thought I'd just film this video because I'm not gonna have a lot of time tomorrow. Like no time to film any videos. So I can at least get this one filmed tonight, and then I can go sleep. So probably not gonna do any actual practicing in this video because I need to change strings on my banjo. They feel awful in my hands, and I didn't play it all today because I was really busy. But what am I going to do in this video? And if it's not practicing, well, I'm going to respond to a question, which is a pretty important one. I got this question on my last practice log number 9, from Coburn9588. Question for next practice log. First off, how long have you been playing? Also, as a semi-new banjo player, what are the best books you recommend? I can play the instrument semi-decently, but don't really understand the depths of it, if that makes sense. That does make sense. I totally get what you're saying. You're kind of where I was at probably 2 years ago, where you have some technical facility with the instrument, right? You can play some songs, you can do all of that, but you don't really get what the banjo is all about. You can't play a song wherever you want to on the neck. You can't improvise solos over songs you haven't heard before. All these sorts of things. And that's a tricky spot to be in. I was in that spot for a long time while I was trying to figure out how to get out of it. But I think I can help you get out of it faster than I did because I've been there. Now, the difference between where you're at and where I was at 2 years ago is that I asked what you meant by semi-new, and this person replied that they started back in 2023 with a teacher and played consistently for about 2 months and then dropped it until about a month ago. So 3 months total. The best song I can play is Jerusalem Bridge, if that gives any scope. Eli Gilbert's version. Yeah, so the difference there is that you've been playing for about 3 months total. 2 years ago, I'd been playing for about 2 years. I've been playing for 4 years, about, I think close to 5 now, but I've been playing for 4 years. And I have hit it pretty hard. I have practiced very consistently over that 4 years and for considerable periods of time. And above and beyond that, I've spent even more time than I have practicing just studying the instrument, watching people play it, even more time than that listening to people play it. And I will get to the books here in a minute, what books I recommend you get to start understanding the banjo at a deeper level rather than just playing a couple songs. And I looked at Eli Gilbert's version of Jerusalem Ridge, and it's not easy. So you should be really proud that you can play that after just like 3 months of playing. I don't think I would have been able to play that after 3 months of playing. But what I would really recommend at the spot that you're at is that you take whatever music you want to play. And I'm just going to assume that that is bluegrass because you said you can play Eli Gilbert's Jerusalem Ridge. But if you're interested in a different style of music, just take all my comments about bluegrass and apply it to that genre. I recommend that you start listening to that music a lot. Pretty much as much as you can, and you just listen to it all the time. And as you're listening to this music, there are going to be songs that you just like more than others, right? They're just going to speak to you in some way, and you're just going to really like those songs. I would recommend starting off by just learning those songs that you like, and keep that listening keep that listening diet up for a long time, and just make a playlist of all the songs that you like and just start learning the songs that you like. And then you're going to have a bunch of songs that you really enjoy. You can play well, you enjoy playing them, and you can just have fun on the instrument. And while I don't think you should stop there, if you want to really understand the instrument, there's a lot of more work you're going to have to do than just learning songs you like. I do think that that's a really good place to start because that's going to engender a really deep love of the instrument for you that can last you throughout your banjo playing career. That love of the instrument that you'll get from just learning a lot of songs that you like and being good at playing them will carry you through a lot of the more sucky aspects of getting actually good at the instrument, where it's not that you can just play songs, but like you said in your comment, I think it was, I don't really understand the depths of it, if that makes sense. It takes a lot of work to understand the depths of it. Learning songs is a big part of understanding the depths of it, but you'll also have to learn positions all over the fretboard you can play in, different techniques, a lot of different scales and arpeggios and chords on the neck. You're going to have to learn some music theory. But this is all like a long-term goal, right? I don't even know if you're interested in that. This is just what I have been interested in, right? I have pretty much since the start. Well, not really since the start. There's probably like the first 2 years of my playing, I wasn't really that into it. I just kind of did it as a hobby. But ever since then, I have really wanted to learn everything about it that I can, right? I'm just assuming you're the same way. If it's just a hobby for you and you don't want to put in the work to understand the depths of it, that's totally fine. I'm just assuming that you do want to do that, since you mentioned that you don't understand the depths of it. All of that work can come later, slowly and gradually. But for now, I just recommend that you learn a bunch of songs that you like. And don't just do that. Like, you should also be working on some techniques and stuff that will help you learn more songs. But I think the primary focus of your practicing and studying right now should just be learning songs that you like, and then you should be listening to music to find the songs that you like, and then learning those, right? With that being said, the next thing I would recommend is getting a teacher, because you're just simply going to progress faster with a teacher than you would without one. I could not find a teacher anywhere for the first probably 3 years that I was playing. And then I finally found a teacher in my area, and I think I took like 3 lessons from him before he stopped teaching me. But I learned so much more in those. I think I took those 3 months. I think I took those 3 lessons over the time period of like 2 months or something. Maybe there were more lessons. Maybe it was like 4 or 5. But just being able to have someone there that I could ask questions and then get an immediate answer, instead of like having a question and searching it up on YouTube and not being able to find a video on it, and then like you go online and try and piece together the 50 different opinions about it on the Banjo Hangout. Just having a teacher that can guide you and be like, yeah, this is how I do it. Here are different ways that people do it. And then you're like, oh, well, I want to learn this thing. And then the teacher goes, oh, yeah, well, here's how I developed this technique. Here's a song that'll help you with that technique. You're just going to get better faster with a teacher than if you don't have a teacher. I know being self-taught is like romanticized and stuff, but I wish that I had had a teacher the whole time that I've been playing. I would be way better than I am now if I had a really good teacher that could consistently push me, because I've been like 90% self-taught. I've taken some lessons now, but they've all been like one-off lessons. I would love to have just like a consistent teacher that I could just go back to week after week, or like every other week, whatever, and just bounce ideas off of, show what I've been working on, have him assign me things, right? And I would just be a much better banjo player and musician if I had that. So yeah, I highly recommend a teacher. If you have people in your area, that's awesome. You said that you had a banjo teacher, right? I started back in 2023 with a teacher and played consistently for about 2-ish months. Yeah, I would highly recommend contacting that teacher again if he was a good teacher, or she. If that isn't available, or you don't have other teachers in your area, You could contact me. I do have some slots open that we could do like online lessons. I'm assuming you're not in my area. If you are in my area by chance, then we could do in-person lessons. But yeah, I highly recommend a teacher. As far as books go, I do have several book recommendations for you to start learning the depths of the banjo. So, first up, Earl Scruggs and the Five-String Banjo is the best banjo book that you're going to find. This book has pretty much everything you need. It has technique, it has some music theory that you're going to need to know to play well, and then it has a lot of Earl's songs in it. It has a whole like half to 2/3 of the book is just tabs of Earl's songs, which will teach you so much. If you do enjoy Earl's music, I recommend starting like if you really love Foggy Mountain Breakdown, the Ballad of Jed Clampett, or like Home Sweet Home. I love that song, Home Sweet Home. Just go learn the ones you like. Find the tab in this book, learn the ones you like. That's going to teach you so much, especially in your right hand. All of Earl's songs will teach you so much about the instrument and just how to play. So this would be the first book that I get, definitely. I had this book the first day that I started playing, and I read it again. I read it probably 10 times. I love this book, and I'm still reading it to this day because I'm still learning things from this book 4.5, 5 years later. So really, this book is just never stops giving you value as a banjo player. Beyond that, this book also is good. Bluegrass Banjo for Dummies by Bill Evans. I did derive some value out of this book. It's not as good as the Earl one, but it does have a lot of similar stuff in it, and will give you a broader overview of the banjo because it talks about melodic style, it talks about single string style, it talks about backup more than the Earl book does. Yeah, I did learn a lot out of this book. Let me just look at the contents real quick. Yeah, it talks about the right banjo to get. Obviously you already have one though. Tuning, reading music. It talks about Scruggs style for a lot of the book, and then it talks about backup for a while. Then it talks about melodic and single string, and then some banjo setup, and even a little bit of history in here. Yeah, very good book. Definitely get the Earl one first, but if you've read through the Earl book and you want to learn more, this will give you a little bit more information on a lot of aspects of banjo playing. If you're interested in melodic banjo, this is the book to get. Melodic Banjo by Tony Trishka. Very good book if you're interested in melodic style. Now, after you've been learning songs for a while, you're going to want to start learning how to back up other people when they play the melody for those songs or take breaks for the song. And learning backup can be hard because, I don't know, I had a hard time with it, to be perfectly honest, and I still do. I'm better with soloing than I am with backup. I mean, I can do backup, it's not the kind of backup I want to play, right? But this book, Backup Banjo by Janet Davis, is really good. It'll teach you all the basics. I haven't gone through the whole thing. I probably should, but, well, I don't know if I should at this point. But yeah, this will teach you a lot about backup banjo. And in your pursuit of just learning a lot of tunes, the Master Collection of Fiddle Tunes for Banjo by Tony Trishka is really good if you're interested in bluegrass and like Celtic style fiddle tunes. It is just a encyclopedia of most fiddle tunes you can imagine. There's like 100 in here, and really good fingerings and ways of playing them. I would not recommend just going out and buying all of those books right now. What I would recommend you do is that you buy the Earl book and you just read through that and go from there. And as you need those books, then you can buy them. You know which ones to get for each thing. Yeah, but the Earl book is really just fundamental. That will teach you everything you need to know to be a half decent Scruggs style banjo player, which is a really good place to start. Now, another book I have heard of that I can't recommend because I've never read it, but I have heard really good things said about, is Bluegrass Banjo by Pete Wernick. I have heard some really good players recommend that book, and I can't remember the names right now, but I know there's some like professional level banjo players who started off with that book. So I've heard it's really, really fantastic if you just go through it. So that would be another good thing. Beyond that, online resources that could be helpful to you. Obviously, YouTube. There are tons of videos talking about tunes and various things. Banjo Hangout has tons of tabs on it for different songs that you want to learn. Noam Pekelny's Artist Works course was very helpful for me in understanding the depths of the banjo, because he has a very systematic approach to learning the neck of the instrument. So if you get that course, you'll find that he has you play the whole G major scale all the way up and down the neck in every position, starting with your index finger, starting with your middle finger, starting with your pinky, all these positions. And he has you do different intervals through the whole neck. That really helped me get a understanding of the entire neck, where I could play things and be more free with my playing. So that was very helpful for me, but I didn't get that course until about a year ago, when I was already fairly advanced. And it could definitely have been helpful for me in the like beginner / intermediate stage, but it is a little bit more rigorous because you go through all the videos. There's a lot of just boring work you have to do, but after you get through all that boring work, you understand the neck in a way that nothing else is going to replicate other than all of that work. And you can decide where, like, how much you want to work at it, how hard you want to take it, right? So those would be my recommendations. Listen to music, learn a bunch of songs that you like, get the Earl book, start reading it, learn songs out of it, and also get a teacher, whether that's me or whoever else. I would highly recommend getting a teacher to guide you. So that is what I think. I answered all the questions in that comment. Yeah, so I think I'll probably call the video there. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the comments below. Next practice log, I will actually play some things. I have not been practicing very well all through like December and Christmas, because I've been spending time with family and using all my spare time to make these videos. So yeah, that's great. Also, just a little channel update. We hit 500 subscribers, which is awesome. My goal was to hit 500 subscribers by the end of the year, because I decided to start uploading videos more at, I think, near the end of November, and I had like 250, maybe 300 subscribers then. And I was like, I think if I post enough videos, I can get 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And we barely did it. It was yesterday, December 28th, that I hit 500 subscribers. So super happy about that. Really grateful. Thank you. I'm going to do some sort of 500 subscriber special episode coming up. If you have any ideas for that or something you want, let me know. Again, I was thinking I might just do like a practice log and play some stuff. But yeah, I think I'll call it here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Check out my Instagram. It's mackplaysbanjo for videos of me performing. If you're looking for lessons, my email is in the description of this video. You can go find it. Just shoot me an email. We'll find a time. But yeah, thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.